Hey guys, Jess here. I am putting together a process video for this Friday night since there will not be a live, but I wanted to make sure we still had fun playing with stencils. So here is your no-fail Friday night pre-recorded. So we're going to do real-time process just as though we were live, and I hope you guys enjoy. And so tonight, scrapping a photo of my husband and my son. I've got some fun papers and embellishment pulled out from the kit I have on my desk, which is a lot of Jen Hatfield, and this paper is Heidi Swap Art Walk, which I love. It's like a textbook lined paper of sorts. We've got a couple of stencils, some mixed media, and we're gonna play, and we're just gonna see how it comes out. So we're gonna combine a couple of stencils using ink and then some texture paste. So we're gonna build upon that. So let's just dive right in and get started. So I'm gonna put all of these embellishment pieces to the side here, because we'll play with those later. Same with the photo. Put that off to the side, and we are going to focus on creating our background first. So we've already got this really fun Heidi Swap paper that has a little bit of mixed media in there already. So I want to build upon that. And I'm going to first trim off the branding strip before we actually begin to play. So I have I think it was my April kit. I think it's April kit I put together on my desk. And so I haven't really touched much of it. So I really want to try to make a dent. Because I put it out there for a reason, but I've been playing with other things. And so I wanted to make a point that we use the supplies here tonight. And so that's what we're going to do. Alright, so I have Close to My Heart ink, Sapphire, which is a nice dark blue, which I thought it would contrast nicely on this lighter blue paper. And then I have this stencil here, which is a geometric pattern, and it's kind of a static, sticky stencil. And so I thought I would just do it kind of in the center. On top of this pattern paper. I don't know how it's going to come out. We're just risking it, right? And the point of these no-fail Friday nights are solely, put that over here, to encourage you guys to play and to try, right? And so that's what we're doing. We're just playing and we're just trying. So I'm getting my dauber wet, and then we're going to go in with a light hand and fill out this stencil. Now this stencil has a square edge, so we're going to want to be careful with going too close because you don't want that square look. And I don't know, I'm just kind of going through, I don't think I'm going to fill it in like completely. I think I'm just going to go through the stencil and kind of fill out the center and work my way out to the sides. Not really creating a hard edge. And my color is imperfect. I have some light spots, I have some dark spots, and I'm okay with that. I kind of want it to be a little imperfect, and we're going to be covering a lot of this up with our photo and embellishments anyway. So little peaks of this is going to occur in the background. Alright, so I just want to come in and I think kind of accentuate some dark areas. Build those out just a little bit. Alright, let's see what this looks like. The big reveal. There we go. Alright, so very subtle, which is what I was hoping for. I really didn't want it to be a big bold pattern. Again, just looking for a little bit of texture added on top of this blue. So you can kind of see that pattern in there. We're layering on layers. So we've got some fun little geometric going on here. And then so in addition to that, we are going to be doing some leaves. But before we do the leaves, I want to get composition figured out on this layout. So I've got this really pretty wood grain, which I think I want to trim it up just a little bit, but I'm thinking it's going to kind of go down the center a little bit. But I actually want to tear it, so yeah. A little bit of a rough edge. Because we're outside, I kind of wanted to have like a little bit more of like a natural wood grain, wood vibe to it. Plus in combination with the Jen Hatfield embellishments, which are also, you know, I picked out some kind of masculine florals, if you will. And so we're kind of going for this like woodsy outdoor vibe. I did pick up the branding strip that we might want to tag on the side here. Let's trim up our photo. And I pulled the colors for this layout from the photo itself. You'll see here in a second, like the blue sky, the gray and the green in their clothes. It just really, I don't know, these colors just kind of spoke to me. So I went with it. I saw that paper and it just kind of went from there. Alright, so we've got our photo, and this is the general composition of what I'm looking for in regards to photo placement and the bigger pieces of paper. And so then I have these really fun title, Hello Happy. And again, I believe this is from the Jen Hatfield collection. So I was thinking about having this kind of sit here on the lower corner. But then we have all these fun embellishments and leaves and florals that I wanted to incorporate as well. We do need to trim them up just a little bit because they have that perforated edge. And these embellishments are a little tricky for me to use because they have a white outline. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I prefer my florals not to have them sometimes. But I think in this application, with the font having a white outline and all of the embellishments having a white outline, it's kind of fun and whimsical. And it just works. The photo's kind of silly. I don't know. It just all, I feel comfortable and I think it's going to look great. Like, I think it all ties together. So it's not that I don't like embellishments with white outlines. It's just, I think it's a limited application for me, if you will. So I'm excited to use these. They've been sitting on my desk. I've had these collections for a really long time. So I'm really excited to put them to use. And the images are just so fun and they're beautiful. So I'm happy to be challenging myself with this. And so we're just trimming these up to get rid of that perforation. And the outlines are imperfect. And we have these cute little bumblebees that I just find so adorable. But I think I do want to fussy cut them a little bit. Kind of lessen that outline. Make it a little smaller. But I thought these would be fun. Again, whimsical, silly, kind of cute, childish, playful, like the photo. So that I thought they might be a good add. And I love the addition of the yellow in with the blues and the greens and the wood grains. Cute. Oh, so cute. All right. And so again, I'm just trimming these up because I'm not really sure. I'm assuming I might use 3Bs, but again, I'm not sure exactly. But we'll get them ready to go. And even if I don't end up using them, they'll be ready to go for another layout. Now I have a question for y'all. Have you been playing with your stencils? Have you been trying new things with your mixed media and all your stencils? How is it going? Are you having fun? Are you going outside your comfort zone? Like, you know, I just want to hear how things are going with this product focus for the month. I have seen a little bit on the Facebook group, Jessica Grace and Friends, with a few of you playing with your stencils, which is really nice to see. But I'd love to hear from the rest of you. And if you're challenged and you're not sure, you know, you're challenged with getting started, or you have questions, like, post them below. I'll answer you. I'd love to try and help. I mean, I'm by no means an expert in anything, really. But happy to give you some pointers, some tips, some ideas. I think the biggest tip I can give you, though, honestly, is just try. Just play. Use your scrap pieces of paper. Get out your mixed media and your stencils, and just play. It's really that simple. The more you play, the more you try, the easier it gets. And I promise you that. Practice makes it easier. I wouldn't say practice makes you perfect. Some people it does, but it makes it easier and more comfortable. You get more comfortable with the technique. Alright, so again, I'm taking these floral clusters and I'm fussy cutting it down so there's a little less white around it. And I love these florals because they do have blues, greens, and like this mustard color, so they felt like a little bit more masculine, which was nice because I am scrapping a photo of the boys, or the guys, if you will. And you know me, I love my florals, and I'll use any kind of floral on any layout, but the fact that these are like kind of a more of a masculine tone was really a win in my book. Alright. Don't be afraid to alter your embellishments. That's another thing, right? Like, I love these, but I didn't like that they had such a big white bleed around or border. So I'm just taking the time to fussy cut them to kind of tone down that white a little bit. It's imperfect, but that's okay. Alright. So again, I'm not quite sure what I want to do yet, how this is going to work, but we're just getting a feel for some sort of layout. Maybe we... And then once we get kind of a sense of where this is going to land, oh, there we go, kind of like that. Maybe that hello. Then we'll know where our leaves are going to go. Alright, there's one floral bundle. And I've got another one of those. A little leaf. Alright, we're going to do the same thing. Trim it down. And I probably should have trimmed these prior to the video, so sorry guys, you have to watch me do the fussy cutting. But I kind of had a plan, but you know me, I wing it a lot of times, so it's not often I'm fully prepared for these videos. There's always something that I didn't think of, or I decide to do while I'm recording or live, and so it is what it is. But you know what? That's part of the creative process, right? You evolve, your ideas change. What you had for an initial idea isn't always what you end up with, and that's okay. So hopefully you guys are okay with me doing a little bit of fussy cutting to help pull this layout together. Because I already think it looks better. See the difference? I love that much better. I do. I also like to know what you guys are working on. And it's summertime over here in the United States. Or not quite summer. I think we have a few more weeks until it's officially summer up here. But summer, we're definitely outside more, we're busier, so I don't often get as much scrappy time in as I do in the cooler months and in the winter. Is that the same for you guys? I mean, and I'm okay with that too, because we're not really much of winter people. Like, we don't do many winter activities. We're not like skiers or sledders or anything like that, so we're indoors a lot more in the winter. So I am quite okay with being indoors at that time. But I love summer, so we're outdoors a lot more. Alright, so we've got this little floral bunch here that I might nestle in the corner. I might put it on top as well. We'll figure that out. Okay, we're making progress here. Don't know if I have another... Oh yeah, I do. I have more over here. I think I want a third cluster. Maybe something a little smaller down here. I think I have a smaller one. Nope, they're all kind of big. But I have some... I can cut them, I can trim them down. Maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know, that's not too bad. This one looks pretty good. Let's get this one trimmed. And I think once I have these placed, we can go ahead and do the other stencil, because everything else will kind of build around that. But I just kind of wanted a sense of the flow of where all the elements were generally going to go before I put down that other mixed media, because I do want some of it to show. It's a nice leaf pattern, which will tie in well with all the leaves and the florals we're playing with. And then it will also soften up the strong geometric background we have going on with the paper lines and that fun little stencil we did out the gate. So we're contrasting the elements here with some hard lines and some soft lines, which will also look nice. All right. We're getting there. I do realize going through this stencils, like through this product focus for the month, that I'm like, I really need some larger stencils. I only have a couple that are like larger than 6x6 or 6x8. And I think it would be really fun to incorporate some more like 12x12 pattern stencils into my collection. All right, these are kind of the same size, but I'm just wondering if maybe this one. No, I like this one better. Up here, and then that one down there. So we kind of got our visual triangle started with our florals. We can even move this up a little bit. Oh, this is gonna look so good when it's done. All right, so as far as the leaves go, I'm gonna wanna do some on this side and some on this side. So kind of poking out. So this is a stencil. So I want to do a little patch maybe up here, a little patch down here, and then same here. And I think I'm going to just keep them in that vertical set. All right. Okay, so let's get the texture paste on, and then we'll have to heat gun it. All right, so move this aside, and let's get our stencil on here. And I just use some washi to hold it in place. So one there, and one on the side. So I'm just kind of going to spread it around in the middle here. And this reminds me of a texture of like frosting or whipped cream cheese. And it gives it a little bit of dimension, the stencil. So we're just going to go in and kind of pick those leaves that we want to be textured. Again, it's okay if we have some partial leaves too. I'm good with that. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think some imperfections make it look more handmade, in my opinion. All right. So there's section number 1. Ta-da! You see that? It's very subtle, but it's going to look nice poking behind everything. I think it's going to look really good. All right, so I want to do the same here. I think I'm going to do it just a little lower so they kind of come out the bottom. I get this texture paste from Close to My Heart. It is by Ranger, so I'm sure you can pick it up in other places as well. There we go. And then I think I'm going to do this whole one just right here along the side, or most of it. A little bit more paste. Again, it's just another subtle texture, subtle element. We're layering, right? Adding dimension and visual interest with these stencils. Kind of doing it in a subtle way, though. And you can layer this texture. I'm kind of doing it a little bit on the thin side, but you can certainly layer it a little thicker if you want more dimension. The more you layer, the more opaque it gets too. These leaves will stand out a little bit more. Some of these. All right. Let's take a look and see how it goes, how it looks. When you're using texture paste, make sure you clean off your tools immediately, because once it dries, it's much harder to remove. There we go. So there's our other pattern, our leaves. Isn't that pretty? Very subtle, but I think it's going to look really nice when it's all together. Just wipe off the stencil real quick. Move this over. Again, we don't want to leave that on because it will be hard to remove. There we go. If you don't get messy while playing with this stuff, then you're not doing it right. Right? Okay, now I have blue fingers. Alright, so I'm going to bring out my heat gun just so we can speed up the drying process here. So let me grab that. If you wanted to, with this texture paste, once you put it on a paper, you can also do mixed media. Once it's dry, you can do mixed media right over it. So your shimmers, your inks, your paints, you can paint right on top of it, and it will show through. Alright, we are pretty dry. So one more thing I do want to do before we build is I think I'm going to add some white splatters here. So let me get my Delusions white linen. Give that a good shake. I'm just going to come through and add it around the outside of the leaves. Again, very subtle. gonna look pretty neat. Looks like this isn't very opaque though. So let's try something different here. I thought that was more of an opaque spray, but it does not appear to be. It's kind of soaking into the paper. So let's try my close to my heart watercolor. See if we can get a little more white. Well, the watercolor might just be too translucent as well. So next up is, let's do some acrylic. So we'll just take the acrylic and we'll water it down. That should give us what we need, hopefully. Yeah, a little bit. Much better. See, trial and error, gang. You'll eventually figure out what you need to do. I think I've used that Dilutions. I thought I've used it on a black paper before, but maybe it was something else. Or maybe I just frankly did it wrong, I don't know. Maybe I didn't shake it enough. I'll have to play with it some more. Alright, so we're getting some white on here now. It's very subtle. It's probably hard for you guys to see on camera, but I'll give you a close-up in a second so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Probably bring up the heat gun again too. All right. I think this, well, let's do a little bit more over here. To be pretty heavy. Perfect. Okay. A little bit too splat happy over here. All right. Now we've achieved what I was looking for. Acrylic paint for the win. let's dry this up. Pretty subtle effect, but you can see the texture the splatters add. Just enough. Again, layering. Layering all your different mediums. Beautiful. Okay. Now I think we got, everything looks generally pretty dry. I think we've got a couple of spots here. I just want to make sure. Beautiful. Okay. Now we're ready to put this together. So first we have our wood grain, which is going to kind of, I think, go right here in the middle. And I think I want to pop all of this up. So let's go ahead and do that. We've got now texture and dimension with the mixed media. And now we're going to add dimension with our paper as well. Photo. Let me make sure those are stuck pretty good. And I am going to go through and add just a little bit of wet glue onto these. So because it's going on top of the mixed media, I just want to make sure that it sticks. Oops. Just a little dab is all you need. All right. Beautiful. All right, let's get our branding strip on here. Help if I put it on straight. There we go. Loving it already. I am so loving this already. Love the colors. Love the colors. Okay, so we need a couple of foam squares on this side. Tape. And a little bit of glue. Alright, so we want our photo to be right about there. Okay, now let's start embellishing. I think we wanted that guy to live there. That one will need some foam. And we'll do a piece of tape on this side. So we'll get our flower clusters down and then we'll build around it. Oh, we need a little glue. Can't forget our glue. We don't want this stuff popping off later. Beautiful. Get that one there. And our last little cluster, I think we're going to have it hanging out down here. That guy's in the wrong place. There we go. All right, now we got our 3 florals down. Let me just give you guys, see the patterns in the back? It's just subtle, but it looks so cool. I don't know if the camera does it as much justice seeing it in person. It looks so neat though. I'm loving how this is turning out. Okay, so let's go with our title next, which was Hello Happy. And so I think I wanted the hello, so I'm going to adhere the hello right to the happy first. We're just going to do tape runner right across the top. Like so, and then that way we can bump it up all together. Love it. Okay. Oh, do that one in here because that side's going to be already on the wood grain, which is already popped up. Add our little glue dots. or dabs of glue, not glue dots, but you guys knew what I meant. All right. A little bit of tape. Perfect. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay, I am digging this. So what else we got here? We have some cute little snails. We've got these little round, I wanted to incorporate these wood veneers, or not wood veneers, listen to me, the little buttons. And I just want to get them, I think I want to do some sort of have them nestled in around the florals, I think. That one bumped up a little bit. Oh, I kind of like that. All right, what else we got? With cute little moments. Oh, we've got these bees. And I got this cute little love. We could maybe plop there. Yeah, I like that there. Oh, we gotta get it now. Leave it to me. There we go. I'm loving the colors in this. Loving, loving, loving the colors. All right, I like where these wood veneer, I keep calling them wood veneers, these wood buttons. Oh goodness, I like where these wood buttons are landing, so we're gonna attach those. So they can dry. Just attaching with some glue. I'm going to keep that one down just because it's on some mixed media. Feels really good to use those. So I've had these wood buttons for some time now. Ooh, should I think I want to add this. Hello, happy moments. Let's see what that looks like. Expand on our title a little bit. Oh yeah, I love adding that. Hello, happy moments. Cute. Okay. We've got our little love up there. All right, let's go back. And we have our, I love this little snail, and I want to add him for sure. I think he is so cute. Let's trim him up a little bit. And we have our bees still. I think this guy is just too cute not to include. And we have our little bees. I think about 2 over there and maybe 1 on the other side. I may change that, but let's see how that looks first. Oh my gosh, that is so adorable. I love them. Love those little bees. All right, we have some more florals that I want to see if we can expand on what we have already. But again, I want to trim down this white border a little bit. Add some more blue there. We have some yellow, which these are really fun too. Add that guy right there, and then I can move my bee up a little bit. Cute. Need some more greenery too. Just gonna build out these clusters a little bit. You know, you just start with your foundation and you just keep building and building until you're content with the end result. I just want to build out a little bit more. We have a lot of great pieces, so let's make a dent in this stash, right? And just a reminder to those of you who are in the know and those of you who are not in the know, this Saturday the 21st we have another virtual crop. If you're a part of the Jessica Grace and Friends Facebook group, you'll see the invite as well as my Patreons. So if you're not a part of one of those groups, well, what are you waiting for? You should be, because they're pretty fabulous. Either one or both. Great group of crafters, I gotta tell you. A wonderful group. You will not be disappointed. Beautiful. I love it. I have not glued those down yet. I probably should, but let's keep building first. You know, I also am wondering. So yeah, make sure you join the Jessica Grace and Friends Pretty Pages group and Patreon. I appreciate any and all support. You guys make this possible, so thank you so much. I can't tell you how much each and every one of you support means to me. The views, the likes, the subscribes, the Patreons. It just allows me to keep doing this, you know, and providing you this content, which I love to do. So thank you. From the bottom of my heart, it really means a lot. And I also want to hear from you too. What do you want to see? What are you looking for content? You know, what do you like? Am I doing, you know, content that you like, or you want to see some additions or more of something? I love the feedback, so definitely let me know. I was thinking, do we add a little something there? Oh. To kind of build the florals out a little bit from the clusters. And then down here at the bottom, I'm thinking maybe too. But let's see. I've been really enjoying these product focus challenges for this year that we've been doing, though. They've all been really fun, and they've reinvigorated my, you know, my interest and desire to play with these different supplies. 'Cause, you know, we have so much, and we always get kind of sidetracked by the new stuff, or we get comfortable with playing with product that we're used to, that we often forget that we have these other fabulous items that could really help level up or bring some interest or just some fun and whimsy to your layouts. So this challenge has been really good, really great. And if you believe it or not, we're nearing the end of May. So we're coming right up on the heels of deciding what we're going to play with next. So I'd love to hear from you on that too. You know, what's the next product you want to play with? What are you dying to learn more about, or what do you want to be challenged to use? We have certainly tackled a lot, but there's still plenty we could play with. You know, or we could change it up a little bit and kind of do like a different kind of challenge where we make a list of, you know, 5 products or supplies you have to make a layout with for the month. You know, like you have to use buttons, brads, stamping, and lace on a layout for the month of June. That's always a fun challenge as well, because it challenges you to mix and match the use of your products, which is always a good thing too, right? All right, so we got a little yellow one down there. Do we just plop the little yellow guy here? It's a little less. The blue one was kind of big, so, and maybe we do these 2 down here. Ooh, I kind of like that. We'll leave it there for now. We won't commit. We'll keep building out first. Add some more to the rest of these guys. All right. Little bit of fussy cutting, I know, but again, it's worth it. It's looking great. It really is. I have these leaves that I trimmed out as well, but I don't know if these are just, they don't really go. They're a different kind of style. I like the long, like, whimsy ones, so we'll save those for another day. Alright, so we're going to keep trimming these up a little bit. I definitely think they look a lot better with a little less white border. Or maybe not at all, because my trimming is getting a little wonky. That's all right. Handmade after all, right? Embrace the imperfections. If you strive to be perfect, you'll never get a layout done. There we go. All right, we have this fun little leaf that I think will look good. Maybe under here somewhere. Kind of balances out that other one. And let's get a yellow flower. There's lots of blue in this lower one. There we go. Let's see if we can. I kind of want to get this guy in here a little bit more. Oops. That poke out a little bit more. All right. I think that works. Just adds a little bit more to that cluster, but I don't think it's too much. Okay, a little bit here, and then we're gonna call it good. So we've got these cute little blue ones. Let's add those. You know, I probably should just take time and sit down and like watch a show one night and just go through these Jen Hatfield embellishments and trim them all up, because I just am not a fan of the thick white border. That probably would have been a good idea, but you know, hindsight's 20/20, right? All right, let's get one more leaf here. Vine. Oh, those are fun too. Let's do this one. Got a little bit of everything mixed in here. All different types of leaves, at least. Different shades of green. But it's all coming together quite nicely. I love it. Embracing my imperfections here in the fussy cutting. Oh, I'm glad this, I think this is going to be the last one because it's getting a little rough here. There. Perfect. I love it. Well, I do feel like alright, I lied. Maybe one more. I kind of feel like we need one more flower. But we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. It might be too much. All right. Kind of want that in the back right here. Yeah, I think that works. It's not too much. All right, beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at all those colors. Love it. All right, so I think we're ready to commit to all of this. And let me just see, add a few more little phrases that I wasn't sure if I wanted to include or not. Kind of like that because it brings a little, another visual triangle. So let's do that. Right around our little snail friend here. It says, enjoy the little things. Yes, yes. All right, let's get everything tacked down. I think this is coming together so nicely. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. And again, this all started from some stenciling in the background. Way back in the beginning, if you can remember that. Alright, I am just dabbing some glue. I'm getting this guy tucked in there. I'm going to do the same, but he's already kind of stuck to the foam, so we'll just add a little glue. And I love how these flowers pop up just a little bit. I love dimension on a layout. But I'm sure you all know that by now. I'm not sharing any new information, right? And I am just gluing the end because I want, or the end that's kind of being tucked under the floral part, because I do want the leaf part to kind of pop up a little bit. Or have a little bit of play, if you will. Go. This looks so cute. I think that's all we added there. And I think those little bees I'm going to pop up with some foam dots just to give them a little height. Beautiful. All right. Those are all tacked down, so let's get some foam dots for our bees, and I think we just need to add the date, and we'll be calling this good. All right. Oh, so adorable. This guy just needs some tape. And there we go. Oh my gosh, so cute, guys. I hope you're loving it as much as I am, because I really am. All right, and I think I'm going to hand write in the date. Right down here. What's today? This was recently. There we go. And we're going to call this layout done. Give you guys a close-up. There you go. You see the hints of the stenciling in the background. All the fun florals, the wood buttons, the embellishments. I love the title. Oh, I just love everything about this. So fun. All right, guys. Well, give this a try. Make sure you share to the Facebook group, Jessica Grace and Friends Pretty Pages. If you do this technique or something similar, I would love to see it. I love seeing your finished pages. So inspiring. And make sure you give this a like. Please subscribe. It definitely helps me out. And check out my Patreon too if you're interested. Lots of great things over there, including free printables and free downloads and other fun stuff just for you, my Patreon friends. So thank you all again, and I'll see some of you on Saturday for the virtual crop. Have a great day. Bye.